Good afternoon and welcome to my channel. This is 4046 on another hot, well, to be honest it's not as hot, it's more humid because after days and days of hot weather it's been a bit stormy. I don't know about you, but not obviously being in one understandably, but being in a storm, or watching the storm, when you see the lightning in the clouds, and sometimes you'll just see the lightning in the clouds but not hear the thunder at all, because it could be very, very, very far away, or a different part of the county. For example, yesterday on my last duty or last service I was running, I could see the clouds and the lightning. It was quite spectacular. Mother Nature is a lot more scary than man could ever be in how destructive it can be. I have walked in the woods around here, and one or two trees have been very unlucky enough to get hit by lightning and subsequently kill the tree. You see the blackened stump where it briefly, I suppose, caught on fire and just totally ended the life of that tree, which is quite something, really, I have to say. Also, I find, I don't know about you, but I actually find, obviously not being in it as I said before, but watching it is quite calming. It is rather strange, I have to say, but also enjoy the thunder as well when there is thunder accompanying it. This afternoon where I am, there is supposed to be stormy weather, so we will see in due course. The clouds are definitely there, but it needs to rain a lot to lower the temperature. We've been in the sort of high 20s centigrade all this week, and for some of you that's probably not a bad day, because some places in the world get into the 30s. Last weekend when I, after being at London Zoo for the second time, it was like 33 centigrade in the train car park that I was in, which, to be honest, was rather hot. The worst day possible to go to London Zoo as well. It was just too hot. There was too many people. I would probably, if I ever were to go to London Zoo again, probably go in sort of term time with hardly any kids around. Of course there'll still be holiday makers from abroad with their children going around the zoo, but it would be less manic. The problem with London Zoo is that it's a long way from any underground station, so you've got over a mile, which for some people that's a long way. For myself, I don't mind, it's fine. The person that was travelling with couldn't walk that far, so we got a London bus. For any of those who are interested, 271 as the service, which stopped almost directly outside. But alas to say, out of all the zoos I've ever been, I didn't really enjoy London Zoo. I've been twice in my entire life, and both times have been frantic, shall we say, and didn't really enjoy the experience. I don't know about you, but I don't like too many people being around in one place at one time. It it ruins experience because you've got just the volume of people is just too many. I know they're trying to make money so they can feed all the animals and care for all the animals under their care, but at the same time it kind of ruins the experience when you've got, you know, hundreds if not thousands of people there and all kind of cramming through each area. It's not enjoyable at all. I would actually recommend going to Chesington World of Adventures instead, because not only have you got the theme park, you've also got a zoo and a sea life centre there, and I think it's a far better experience in my personal opinion. I mean, I could be wrong, but from personal experience I found Chesington was better. It was busy, but not quite as busy as London Zoo. I digress. But getting back to weather, yes, I enjoy watching thunderstorms. I find them pretty calming. I'm sure some of you may find them calming too. I mean, some of the things I'd like to see, although with no loss of life, is things like tornadoes. In this country, you get quite a lot of tornadoes down the Bristol Channel. I've been reliably informed, and most of these are in the water. So obviously in the channel. So you can see many of them because they have a lot of them every single year. In fact, potentially more than Tornado Alley has. And unfortunately, Tornado Alley is very much more destructive. I don't know if you've seen that video of the people that went into their bathroom because that was the most secure room in the house, and the tornado got ripping straight through and then managing to get out, and there's just nothing left. There's just the bathroom, or what's left of the bathroom even. They all survived, which is good, but unfortunately they're sort of homeless after that, so that's quite not the best of things. We also get many places all over the world, especially those on tectonic plates, get earthquakes. Strangely enough, in this country, although we're not on a plate, we do get them. We get small earthquakes and tremors, even though we're not on a plate. There is, just off the Devonshire coastline, out to sea, a fairway, an old fault line, but it's no longer a fault line, but it used to be a fault line, and that's been blamed for one or two odd occurrences way in the past when there was a flood in that sort of entire area. Quite, I think about 14 or 1600. I could be wrong. In future videos I will put edits in. As I said, we're getting closer to being able to edit my videos, but unfortunately, frustratingly for me, I do have to buy another laptop which can actually support the modern software. So I will continue producing videos for all of you and carry on as I have been. There won't be a video on Thursday, but I will try to make one on Tuesday, because Thursday I've got to attend to something, so after I've finished work. So I do try to make that regularly on Thursday, so normally there will be something on a Thursday. That's why I'm making this one today and potentially another one on Tuesday. But going on about all that stuff, I mean, one thing luckily we don't get is we don't get cyclones, because obviously in the wrong part of the world. We don't get tsunamis. We get tidal surges. Those do happen. In London there is a facility that lessens those issues of tidal surges, but in the long term they're going to have to. It's built in the 80s, I believe, or the late 70s. Unfortunately, because the world tidal seawater rise has gone up a lot more than they thought it would. They may have to come up with some other idea for doing that. We do get storms in this country, strangely enough. We not had many this particular year, but last year we had 3 or 4 in succession that had come all the way from Florida. They came across the Atlantic and hit us full force. One of them, I had to. They ran a full service, which was ridiculous, and in the space of an hour, 6 trees came down on all different lines. We came to a stop at a couple of stations away from the terminating station, so we had to. Myself and the driver got the juice turned off of the rail and moved a tree because there was no one coming to give us a hand. I mean, luckily for us, the tree was not that bad, so we just hoiked it off the track. The tree on the other side would have needed probably cutting tools to remove it. However, luckily for us, we jumped out, hooved the tree off, and went along our way. The worst is not the worst of what I remember from my childhood was Hurricane Andrew in 1987, I think, when the weather forecasts got it very wrong, and it caused untold devastation. Some very lovely large trees unfortunately couldn't take it and fell down. So, you know, I mean, it's one of the mechanisms. If you're having trouble with sleep and things, there's many apps these days where you can get the sounds of rainfall, white noise, any noise that you find comforting. I would definitely recommend and suggest them. There was a period of time here, about 18 months, 2 years ago, where I was having issues with sleep, and every time I just opened the particular app that I've got and used that to manage to get to sleep. It's a multi-million pound industry now. I didn't have Calm. There was another one. There's another major one, but it's got quite a hefty price point because it's one-off payment, but it covers you for an entire year, and you have sleep casts, all that kind of stuff. So if you do have issues sleeping and you've got something like, for example, iTunes or Spotify, I would do it that way, because they too have gone into this, as well as the ASMR stuff. I find the ASMR is very good for calming the mind. Hence the reason weather is the coping mechanism, because when you've got the rain, you're just concentrating on that sound of that rain coming down. It's quite an enticing, well, not enticing, but entrancing sound. So yes, I would certainly do that. I mean, what kind of weather do you like? I like, obviously, a breeze and a day that's like maybe 16 or 17 degrees, not centigrade, not as it's been the last week. But what kind of weather do you like? Please like and subscribe. And this is 4046 out, and have a really good day.